If the Latinos have to go, the Germans have to go. If the Haitians have to go, the Scottish have to go.
It just seems like we just can't get rid of racism from the pulpit. This guy go too far? We're gonna discuss this right now on Born with Purpose. Welcome to Born with Purpose. I'm your host, D.A. Born. I thank you for watching and clicking on this channel, trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So whatever you could do will be greatly appreciated. Okay, so I don't know what it is with some preachers, but it seems like when they're out of the pulpit on Sunday morning and they go throughout the week, they go and they watch news and they watch different things and they vent about stuff that goes on. They talk about it with their wives, or they talk about it with their friends or their buddies or their family members, and they vent about it. And it just seems like sometimes when they're in the pulpit on a Sunday morning, a lot of it is based on what they talked about during the week. Now, mind you, a lot of preachers out there talk about things that are spiritual, things that are in their mind, things that are in their heart from the Holy Spirit, and they give you a sermon that you need to grow and strengthen you during the week. But then you got some preachers like Terry Anderson, who goes on a political tirade in a Sunday morning in the pulpit in front of his congregation, and he just talks about a lot of stuff. But I'm gonna give you a couple of clips, and this is clip one. Check out what this guy runs on about in his pulpit last Sunday morning. Take a look.
Go join there and try to run something and see if we all God's children. You come to the black church and want to run everything. You go to the white church and don't open your mouth. You come here for us to pay your bills when you're down and can't help yourself. As soon as you get on your feet, you go over there because you're going to another level. I wish you had gone on another level before we put your child through college. I wish you had gone on another level before we paid your rent. Black folk will give their fruits to their oppressor and their sword to their liberator. The people who come to help us, that's the people we tear down, and the people who don't give a damn about us, that's who we vote for.
All right, so he's vexed about his own people. I guess maybe it's over the years, maybe it's recent incidents, I don't know, about, they come to his church and, they ask for certain needs. And what a good church usually does is provide their needs and stuff. And then they get their acts together, they get their life straightened out and everything. And then eventually they leave the black church to go to the white church, to go to the next level. Now, I that's why I don't like this whole black church, white church thing. But in America, that, a lot of churches are segregated like that, even in Canada too. But, and that's why I like to go to I attend a multicultural church. You're not dealing with black church, white church. I like a mixture of different races because that's what the kingdom of heaven is going to be like, right? But anyway, his rant about, them going to the white church to go to the next level. Well, what if they're just going to another church to go to the next level because in their walk? I mean, you're seeing like as if every white church is a definition of going to another level. Why? Because they're bigger than you, because they have more structure. What is it? I don't know. I mean, like, for example, Transformation Church, it's a black church and they're a mega church. Now, what about people who go to that church? That doesn't count because it's not a white church per se. Anyway, but you know what? The role of the church is to help people out regardless. And if you help them out and they become better people and stuff like that, what they do afterwards, that's not on you. that's between them, and that's between them and God. You know, people come and go, and whether it's they go to a black or white church, people come and go anyway. Your goal is to help out and to reach the lost and to and to nurture them and get them saved and all that. So that's it's gonna happen, and it's not gonna change anytime soon. But what he said at the end there goes, oh, and then you're gonna vote for someone who, his quote, doesn't give a damn about you. Obviously referring to President Trump. Well, look here. To be honest, when it comes to black people, whatever race it is, either government doesn't care, right? Their focus is not on a particular race. So if you want to say one party cares about black people more than the other, come on, really? Well, how did that work out? Because we did see Harris run, and she focused on black Americans, and she got the majority of their votes, but at the end of the day, it didn't help her win the election. So, to be honest, if she knew that beforehand, she probably would have focused on the Latino votes and maybe gotten more votes and won the election. But either to say, neither government cares about race. That's why, even as, I think as believers, as Christians, you don't vote on a party based on culture. You vote based on kingdom. But anyway, that's one of the clips of this Pastor Terry's Anderson's tirade. Here's clip number 2. Check it out.
Can believe a lie, you can join the cult. And this country now is in the throes of the cult of personality. Grown men do not have the intestinal fortitude that a little woman who's an Episcopalian bishop had the power and the testosterone to say to the president to his face, you need to have mercy on the immigrant. Yeah. Mr. President, you are entitled to your own opinion, but you're not entitled to your own facts. If the Latinos have to go, the Germans have to go. If the Haitians have to go, the Scottish have to go. The Irish have to go. The English have to go. The Lithuanians have to go. The Polish have to go. Your own wife has to go. Yeah. Shame. Shame on the evangelical church. Shame on the church that has become complicit in Trump's lies.
Look, if a Latino is in the country illegal, they have to go. But if a Latino is in the country doing it the right way, they get to stay. If a Haitian is in here illegally, they have to go. But if they're here legally, they get to stay. He runs on and talks about all the Europeans. Okay, fine. If a Polish or a German or a Scottish or Trump's wife, Melania Trump, if they're here illegally, they get to go. But if they are here legally, they get to stay. How complicated is that? How complicated is that? I don't get it. I don't get it. Yes, and that bishop saying, oh, you got to have mercy on the immigrant. Look, nice people can still break the law. You know what I mean? 10 years ago, I was driving without auto insurance. I wasn't acting like a criminal, but driving without auto insurance is illegal. So I couldn't drive. Therefore, I got in trouble. I couldn't drive without it. And as a result, I broke the law. I couldn't drive without the vehicle. All right? Good people do break the law. So having mercy, you can have mercy all you want, but at the same time, if you break the law, you have to pay. I don't understand why this is so complicated. If people don't understand the process of what it takes to move to America, then you need to see it from this side. Look, I'm a Canadian. If I want to go to live in America, I cannot go to the southern border, Ontario, New York border, and just walk across and saying, I'm going to go live there. No, I got to go through a process. I got to fill out some paperwork. I got to pay some money, and not just $99.95. I got to pay some money that usually ends up 4-5 digits. And then I got to prepare and move my family and all that stuff. It's a process, and it's a process that it could take a few years. But you got people who just walked across and they're living there. That's illegal. Illegal. It's simply put. So why people are getting upset about it? Because good people are getting taken away. But I mean, they're focusing on the criminals. They're getting the criminals that came here illegally and they're taking them out. It's the same thing in Canada, right? If you come here to visit and you get in trouble with the law, or if you're in the process of becoming a Canadian citizen and you break the law, more than likely you're going to have to go back. I don't understand why people are getting upset and complicated. Yes, because some of the people that are there, your coworkers, your neighbors, and you know what? They came here illegally and they got to pay the consequence now. It hurts, but that's what it is. But for having a pastor go up there and just make it all about, oh, you're targeting Latinos and Haitians, and so you're going to send your target and focus on, take it out on Europeans. And that's what I don't understand with some of these churches, right? They focus so much about culture. Like, they don't realize that if someone, let's say Black church, for example, you focus so much on talking about Black people. What if you got a few people that are visitors there and they're not Black? How are they going to feel? You think they're going to want to come back to your church? That's why it's so crazy how we focus so much on culture when we're going to worship on a Sunday morning. Focus on the word, focus on scripture, focus on the message that God gave you in your heart to say, and not a political tirade about what you've been watching on CNN and NBC and Fox and all that stuff. Anyway, I want to know your thoughts. Did this pastor go way too far in the pulpit? Do you think what he was saying was legit? I want to know your comments. Put them out, like, share, and subscribe to Breaking Mediocrity. And I can't believe I said that again for the second straight video. The name of this show is Born with Purpose. Tell you, habits, they're tough to break. Born with Purpose, all right? Thank you for watching. Till the next video.